society, a relationship worthy of legal recognition and judicial protection. That's what's at stake. Homosexuals have been offered civil unions, granting them access to the government benefits that marriage provides. But they've regarded this as stigmatizing and degrading. They've insisted that society change. And for most who hold a religious faith, that is impossible, for the very reasons Senator Byrd mentioned. Religions in America, many of whom administer charities, maintain colleges and universities, and serve people of all faiths, have encountered a world of problems following the passage of Obamacare. They're also being challenged in schools and academia, and being told that any form of public prayer is unacceptable. From the beginning of Obama's administration, he has been attacking religion in our society. In 2006, Obama's Catholic Charities shut down its historical adoption program after the state of Massachusetts refused their conscious accommodation in its licensing requirement. Catholic Charities was not comfortable adopting children out to gay families. Children need a mother and a father. They serve different purposes. Not just to have two bodies in the house raising the kid together. It's not a matter of covering child care. It's about having a mother and a father. Preferably the natural mother and the natural father, but certainly a woman and a man. They each bring pieces to a relationship, to a child's growth and development that are critical for a well-balanced child. In the same year, in Morristown, New York, they began prosecuting Amish home builders for code violations. The Amish build their own homes. Who gives a damn what codes are broken? It's their house. But since they're religious, they're going to force the Amish to involve the city, to involve non-Amish people to come in and inspect their properties. The Amish houses would probably withstand a lot more wind, rain, earthquakes than most houses that are built in cities today. In 2009, the U.S. Equal Opportunity Employment Commission ruled that the Belmont Abbey College in North Carolina violated discrimination laws by not offering birth control to its coverage health plan. A family court in Laconia, New Hampshire, ordered a Christian mother to stop homeschooling her daughter because she appeared to reflect her mother's rigidity on questions of faith. You're homeschooling your child because you believe strongly in your faith. You impart this belief, these values, into your child. This is why you are homeschooling. But when the state comes in and tests your child and questions them, and they find that they have the same staunch feelings that you have, they're going to take your child out of your homeschooling and put it in school. We homeschool because we don't want our children to learn the fraudulent notion that homosexuality is okay. We don't want them to be taught in school that being gay is okay. We don't want them being taught that having sex with classmates are okay. This is exactly why homeschool exists. And now Morristown, New Hampshire is saying you can believe what you want, but you can't teach that to your child. I'll be damned if we can't teach it to our children. They're our children. They are not the children of the state. This is exactly why homeschooling is growing. Because the morals of the school districts across America are in the gutter. Teaching elementary children how to have sex. One elementary school we covered a couple of months back was teaching elementary kids that anal sex was a viable option in elementary school. And yet our students are being graduated out of elementary schools across America and they can't read or do math. Oh, but they sure as hell know how to be little whores, don't we? We're teaching them all the garbage that we don't need them to learn. And people wonder why homeschooling and Catholic schools are growing as fast as they are. In 2010, the Catholic Charities of Washington, D.C. shut down its foster care program because of mandates that violated church teaching. The same thing. They wouldn't put children into a foster home in gay families. Catholics and Catholic organizations believe that a child needs a mother and a father, a man and a woman. The following year, 3 Illinois diocese adoption centers and child care programs were shut down as well for refusing the same. In 2011, an Alabama law made it illegal for churches to serve undocumented immigrants, including baptisms, hearing confessions, anointing the sick, giving marriage counseling, and providing Sunday school, Bible studies, or even providing Alcoholics Anonymous a place to meet. The state has no business past the church doors. They shut down churches from giving marriage counseling, providing Sunday school and Bible studies, from serving undocumented immigrants. They shut down churches. And yet mosques across the country, they grow by the score. 82% of mosques in this country are teaching violence against non-believers. 82% of mosques in the United States preach violence. And the federal government turns a blind eye. We are allowing violence. We are allowing hatred. We're allowing the spread of jihad. But we can't tend to the Alcoholics Anonymous. We can't allow the churches to give Bible study. What kind of a godless president do we have, people? And what have you done about it? Have you made a phone call? Or 10 or 100? This stuff has been happening for years. In 2012 through 2014, facing huge fines for violating religious principles, more than 300 religious institutions and businesses filed lawsuits against the Health and Human Services for their contraceptive mandate. It's absolutely insane what this government is doing, attacking the Christians in America. Not only does Obama stand by and watch Christian churches be burned and torn down by the dozens in Egypt, in Syria, in Afghanistan. They're tearing down churches that are thousands of years old, taking sledgehammers, jackhammers, bulldozers, and shattering statues that are thousands of years old. And Obama stands by and does nothing. But we can't have a Christian church teaching Bible study. They're disciplining a Navy chaplain, a military chaplain. I'm not sure which branch this guy was in. Disciplining a military chaplain for discussing religion and Christianity. This chaplain was teaching an Alcoholics Anonymous type class, alcohol awareness. And he's trying to explain to people that there is another way, that you can turn to God for help, that you can pray for strength. This man is a chaplain. He is there to bring God into the life of our sons and daughters when we send them into harm's way. And Obama is disciplining them for talking about their religious preferences. It's like a bad dream, like a Kafka movie. Like you see these things happening day in and day out, week in and week in, year in and year out. Wait a minute, we can't have chaplains talking about God. That's not their job. Okay, well, yeah, it is their job, but still, we got to stop it. They might get more people to become Christians. It's a nightmare. Can people not understand what is happening? And these are all the same fight. We've got Islamists beheading Christians. We've got the gay versus anti-gay. We've got the abortion versus the pro-life groups. These aren't 5 or 6 or 10 or 20 different fights. It's the same fight. There is one fundamental fight going on in this country, across the world today. One fight is the fight of good versus evil. It is the fight of God versus Satan. Satan wants sodomites. Satan wants anything that will tear down Christ. He wants men having sex together. He wants us ripping babies out of mommies. And he celebrates when it happens. Satan wants Christians to be beheaded. He wants to see society disintegrate. He wants to see moms have babies with no fathers. Because a family will tend to rally around God. They will go to church together. They will pray. They will raise their children in God's name. Satan doesn't want this. He wants to tear apart the family. Did you know there's hardly a political stance on which the Democratic Party stands right now that isn't exactly aligned with the Communist Party of America? The Communist Party of America, like the Communist Party in Germany in 1940, they wanted to destroy the educational system. They wanted to destroy religion. They want to destroy the family unit. They want the children to be the property of the state. And Hitler had Satan in his heart as well. How could he not, for the vile things he did? 16 million Jews killed. It's all one fight. Satan, Common Core, abortion.